2/3 of teenagers use TikTok. It is more popular than Instagram, more popular than Snapchat.
More than half of TikTok adult users say they regularly get their news on that app, according to a recent poll.
The TikTok that Chinese residents, children in China, get to see is very different from the one your kids are looking at here. Now, none of this stuff comes up randomly. It's curated. It's determined by an algorithm.
This popular app, TikTok, will be banned from all government and educational devices here in Florida.
Whatever utility that these applications have is clearly outweighed by the benefit that the CCP gets from data mining.
On this vote, the yeas are 352, the nays are 65. The bill is passed.
The US Supreme Court has upheld a law banning TikTok from operating in America. That's unless the platform is sold by its Chinese parent company.
I was debating on whether or not to make a video about this. TikTok. Unless you've been living under a rock lately, you've obviously seen at least somewhat that TikTok has been in the news quite a bit. And I thought that I would share my experience with the platform and kind of a broadcast perspective towards TikTok right now. So first off, what I want to talk about is short form content has been a crucial part of my YouTube channel. In order to help grow the channel with different audiences. I started experimenting with YouTube Shorts in March of 2023, and since then I've been consistently producing some short form content for my YouTube channel, and then I also started on Instagram, and I found that my short form content was very successful. In fact, on Instagram, this video, how many radio signals do you think I can get with a paperclip? Got 1.4 million views. This video, I'm going to track the location of the flight that I'm on without in-flight entertainment screens and without an internet connection. Has almost 500,000 views. This video, how much do you think I can do without the internet? Has almost 300,000 views, and there's tons of other videos that have tens of thousands of views or even hundreds of thousands of views across the Instagram account. And then YouTube has done pretty well as well. Not as high as Instagram, but it's still been providing me with lots of subscribers that are looking at my channel for the first time, and many thousands of views have been rushing in. And when I had created the Instagram account, I didn't have that many followers. I had a couple dozen followers, and my videos just took off. Tended that the videos that did well on YouTube usually also did well on Instagram, and it was consistent. So after a while, I was like, you know, I've never been a user of TikTok myself. In fact, if you look at my phone, in the Apple App Store, it still says Get under TikTok, because for as long as I've had that Apple ID, which is from when I was 8 years old, I have never installed TikTok on my phone ever. I've never downloaded their app. I've never used it, and I never really liked the platform from the outside in of a lot of the stuff that was on there. So look, all of the stock videos that I've seen online can't show what I can show on my phone. Look at this, Get. So here you go, world, somebody that actually has never downloaded this app before. And seeing all the success that I had on YouTube and Instagram with these, you know, short form videos, I was like, you know what, I'll give TikTok a try, but I don't want to download the app. So there's TikTok that you can use in your web browser by going to the website. I am a little bit skeptical about some of the security. I know all of the other social media platforms, including the one that you're on right now, is not perfect. But I think TikTok has been particularly egregious, especially since there's been a more targeted approach singling them out specifically. But I was like, if I'm gonna become, you know, somebody that uploads content onto TikTok, then I'm going to do it through a browser where they can track you less and things of that nature. So I created an account, and I initially started uploading some of my back catalog. I had like 50 to 75 videos at the time. This was in August of 2024. I was uploading content using the Brave browser, which has a lot of security features, and it was working perfectly fine for like the first day of uploading. And then the second day or so that I started uploading, the entire website just wouldn't work. And I tried singling off certain JavaScripts. I tried all sorts of things. And the only way to get the whole website to work at all without it glitching and not allowing me to upload anything is if I took all Brave shields off and I was able to have the website working normally. What I ended up doing is just going over to Safari and I started uploading videos that way. But what I noticed pretty much right away after the first couple days is that the videos were not doing well. The video that I had 1.4 million views on with Instagram, it also had like 30,000 plus views on YouTube. So it was doing pretty well on these other platforms. It was stuck at like 1 view. And I'm like, okay, I may just be a new user and they may not be prioritizing new users. Well, since then, I've uploaded pretty much all of my content. And if you go over to my TikTok, as you can see, all of these videos have abysmal views: 2 views, 6 views, 6 views, 8 views, 5 views, 9 views, 16 views. When all of these videos on Instagram have thousands of views and YouTube has hundreds or thousands of views on these videos. So I'm like, what's going on that my TikTok account hasn't been doing well? And I had made a video previously saying that I might have been shadow banned. Some people agreed with me and said that TikTok is known to not prioritize educational content, which is more what my channel's geared for. There were some people that said that you just gotta give it some time. So I did, and I kept uploading. And to this date, almost none of my content has done well. And if you go and look at something in the analytics, which is really interesting, this is what really caught my attention. So let me move to the last 365 days. And this is really jarring. So the For You section of TikTok, it is what disperses the content throughout TikTok. And as you can see, exactly 0% of my content has been fed by the algorithm. 96% of all of my views have come from people literally either searching it on TikTok, or the views came from a search engine that indexed one of my TikTok videos and they happened to click on it. That was 96% of all of the views. About 3% was from people that were literally just following my videos and it was in their feed because they decided to follow me, most likely from me telling them on either Instagram or YouTube to come join it. And then about 2% was from literally just looking at my profile, which again came from either people that had just happened to search me up or was looking for me, or tapped a link directly to go view my content. But I pretty much now have realized that they have shadow banned me. And there are other people online that have said that TikTok does not prioritize educational content. And clearly, as an educational creator like myself, the results are showing how come YouTube and Instagram are getting thousands of views, even 1 million plus views, hundreds of thousands of views, yet the same video on TikTok gets a couple dozen views or 100 views. About a month ago, I decided to stop uploading videos onto TikTok because it's not worth my time to upload content. When I upload content and it'll get 6 views. This video did really well on Instagram and YouTube. This video about tracking planes with a paperclip, and it just doesn't do well at all on TikTok, which tells me that they have banned me, that they have shadow banned me, because why else would this not be working? So why should I continue to upload content onto TikTok and waste all this time for it to get no views when they clearly don't want me on this platform? And I could be using that time making more videos that are actually going to be watched by people, because the other sites' algorithms actually care about what I'm producing, and clearly TikTok doesn't. So if TikTok's not going to respect me, then I'm not going to just upload content on there just for the heck of it so I can feed their AI algorithm. I'm done with TikTok. I could care less about TikTok. I have no plans at all to use TikTok going forward. In fact, honestly, I hope it gets banned, because all that is on here, from what I've seen, is a cesspool of garbage. Now, in terms of the broadcast industry, I think this is a really interesting opportunity for broadcasters. What's concerning is the fact that with the clip that I shared earlier in the video, a huge portion of young people are getting their news from TikTok. And The thing about the broadcast industry that is not on an equal playing field with TikTok is that the broadcast industry is bound by rules and regulations set forth by the federal government that prohibits foreign ownership. So TikTok is a private company that you access their service via a private internet. They are not bound by the same rules and regulations as the broadcasters that are operating on public airwaves. Broadcasters can't have a 100% Chinese company own their broadcast station. This was done many, many, many decades ago so that foreign ownership wouldn't alter or change the type of news that was being given to the American people. So they have all of these rules and regulations, but a service like TikTok doesn't. And they can get away with doing this at the same time that the broadcast industry is slipping. So I don't think that this is very fair that TikTok can get away with dispersing news as a 100% Chinese company when broadcasters can't even have 30% of their company Chinese without having their license revoked. So obviously the dissemination of news is changing, and these brands are immune to some of these regulations. So I think the broadcast industry should make their own apps where they have a direct to mobile multicast service where they control everything themselves instead of having to rely on some of these third parties. I think there could be some real potential with that in the future. And in the news, there's been a lot of talk about some of the TikTok alternatives. One of them is Flip. And believe it or not, they've been running into some server issues where they're not allowing their app users to use the service just because they literally can't keep up with that unicast traffic demand. So that is something at a technical level that multicast or a broadcast direct-to-mobile service could fix. Imagine if maybe the top 50 most popular short form videos were broadcast over the air instead of having to rely constantly on server infrastructure. It would mitigate something like this in the future. So I think that's also interesting. And I think that's something that the broadcast industry should look at as well. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.